Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jackie Felix here. Today I just want to quickly go through the abandoned monastery grind spot. Now this place was released early of this year, 2020, and I've spent around about 1 to 2 weeks at this grind spot just testing it out, seeing how good it is. And I can basically tell you that this grind spot, at least I was averaging around about 2 to 300 mil in silver an hour, at least. Now, this is just with a normal loot scroll in a party of two, not an Asha and with no grind buffs, in fact. Now, this is kind of dependent on the Dawn earring prices, but pretty much they're the new accuracy earring, and right now, at least on NA, they're selling for around about 170 to 180 mil per earring. I can tell you right now the drop rate for these earrings is not that rare. Well, they are rare, but you can pretty much be expected to get one earring every 1 or 2 hours at least, with somewhat average RNG. You can either get the base earring as a drop, or you can get an item called the Dawn's Resentment. Now, with this item, you just arrange it in a cross formation, and pretty much you have the Dawn's Resentment in the middle combined with two Marker Shadows and two Shrine Guardian tokens. And pretty much this will form to make a Dawn's Earring. So just quickly go through the recommended, what I would recommend for the AP and DP in this grind spot. So I'll probably recommend at least around about 281 with Kutum for most classes, and these mobs can hit very hard. So I'll recommend at least around 340 DP. Even at around 346 DP, I noticed that I was getting chunked very hard sometimes by the mobs, especially if I got CC'd on the ground. So basically, this grind spot really isn't for the newer players with low gear score or for people who are around soft cap level. It's really just designed for the end game players who are around 650 gear score or above. And there are classes that perform exceptionally well at Abandoned Monastery. So, for example, here I'm grinding with ankles and he's on a Mystic, whereas I'm on a Succession Wizard. So, we were able to pull around about 4.5k trash an hour with just a normal loot scroll, which is pretty decent. Now, he has skills that have PvE suck, or it can pull the mobs together in PvE. That's really strong skill in this grind spot since the mobs are fairly tanky, and being able to group them close together and easily DPS them down is definitely an advantage that you'll have. Now, this place does have a lot of knockdown and bound CCs, especially with the falling rocks from the ceilings as well as the mobs as well. So if you have enough TP, you can also just get a pair of backup boots and put two adamantines in there, which have 25% knockdown, 25% bound resistance, just so you don't get CC'd as much, but just notice that you'll have a lot less DR or DP. Now, this grind spot only really has like one rotation or around 1.5 rotations, so you can't really have multiple groups of two grinding in the same spot or that's on the same channel. And yeah, so the other thing I want to talk about is the boss mechanics. Now, how the boss mechanics works in Abandoned Monastery is that firstly, you need to summon 5 orbs, so 5 red-colored orbs, and pretty much these orbs can spawn from the dead mobs, so they have a low chance of spawning. And on average, it will take around about like I would say 2 to 3 hours to spawn 5 orbs. And once the 5 orbs are spawned, the Dawn boss or the boss Abandoned Monastery boss will be spawned. And pretty much this boss is he's pretty strong. He has a lot of HP. He has special attacks that can pretty much one-shot you if you're not careful. So I would definitely recommend, if it's the first time that you're fighting the boss, to be careful. And pretty much how the loot system works is that the top two DPS get a guaranteed Dawn's Resentment or Dawn Earring drop, pretty much, and then 3 other people on random can also get loot as well, with a chance of also getting the Dawn's Resentment drop. Now, only 5 people get loot. The top 2 people that get the earring drop needs to be the top two DPSs. And the other thing you really be aware is that when you do get the 5 orbs, there's a warning, like a warning message that comes up on the server, and everyone can see this warning message. And around about after 5 to 7 minutes, or like 5 to 10 minutes of that warning message, the boss will spawn. And during this time, if the boss does spawn, you can be easily griefed. You can have people come to your channel on your grind spot and just flag up and kill you and steal your boss and steal your earring. So that's kind of sucks, but it does happen. So be prepared to defend your boss when it does spawn, pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to cover through today. I'll just show you guys at the end here the 3 different entrances into the abandoned monastery 280 AP zone. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me in Discord or in the YouTube comments down below. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.